What's up? Seems everything is working. Is the audio working? I hope. Mic, cam, audio, mic, USB, PNP. Yep. Speakers, echo canceling, stereo. Echo canceling must be off to use stereo audio. I did not know that. Automatic mic volume adjustment. Green screen, general. Blah, blah, blah. So it all seems to be working. Isn't that cute? Let's go to YouTube. Isn't that cute? Yep, audio's working. What is up, Mr. Vince? Pop out chat. Get rid of this window after I copy share. Might as well go to Twitter and post. Command B. Just goofing off. I ain't even gonna bother with frickin' Facebook because I just don't care. Crap. So, how are you, Mr. Vince? Are you working or are you home not working? Day offing. What is up, Michael? Anybody want to hop in? Copy the clipboard. Paste. So yeah, I cleaned up all that you can't see. Well, actually, one of the advantages is now you can kind of see. So you look behind there, there's much less wiring. There used to be wires all over here and all back there. Now they all run down into that hole and they come back up that hole. And there's all the power bricks and everything are down there, which you really can't see, but they're sort of down there. And that's the next thing I got to clean up is all the power bricks. But that's some other day. What's up, Andrew? Come on in and hang out. Need someone to chat at besides myself babbling. I got to shave. This is getting a little long. It's been a whole 3 or 4 days. Crap. That makes no difference at all. Some coffee. It's already getting dark out. It's only frickin' 4:30 and it's almost, it's, the sky's still light, but it's getting dark out. You can actually see it. Look, you can see the trees in the window. I can get out of the way. There you go. Those are trees outside, but you can already see it's getting dark out. Look, there's my monitor. My monitor is reflecting off the freaking window. That's pretty cool. Anyway. $3 terabytes. That's nothing. I got 2 3 terabyte drives sitting here. One of them is just a backup of the computer, which sits underneath it. And then that one down there is what I call my drag and drop. Like when I'm doing something and my desktop's starting to get cluttered, I just drag everything over to that drive. And like twice a year, I just gut it and re-clean it and go through all the stuff. And I haven't done it in years and needs to be done again. Oh my God, this is so much cleaner now. I just love it. The stacker has 2 1 terabyte drives. Oh, what is it, like a RAID thing? I want to do a RAID. You know, I got a bunch of little crappy old, like 250 megabyte Apple drives. Because every time I like sell one of my Apple computers over the years, I pull the drives. And sometimes I'll just buy another cheap one and slap it in there. Sometimes I just keep the drive. You never know what they're going to steal. But I mean, if I use it for anything, like I got a couple that were work drives. So even though, I mean, you can do the secure wipe, but it takes like 30 hours. It's ridiculously slow, especially on those old hard drives. And I got like 4 or 5 of them over there. I got another 1 terabyte over there too, I think, that actually matches that. It's in another case. It's in its old case. And then I got another old case over there I can't even use because all it is like Firewire 400, which this doesn't have. It's actually a nice case. You know anyone that's got Firewire? That's all it does is Firewire 400 and 800. It's a really nice freaking case. All aluminum. I don't know if is there a drive in there? I don't think so. Nope. No drive in there. Nope. But I love this case, but it's Firewire only. Oh, and the hell's the name of that? It was a weird port that they used for a while. It was actually really fast. It's like SCSI or something weird. It was one of them things they did for a very short time. It's a LaCie. It's a really nice case. I almost want to like pull the, I don't know. I wish I could convert it to USB or something. But I actually used it right up until I got this computer. eSATA. Yep, that's exactly it. And I still think I got the cable for it somewhere too around here. But it's a nice case. Freaking heavy. It's solid aluminum. Front's aluminum. Sides are aluminum. Back's aluminum. It's a nice case. This thing was like $200 when I got it. I mean, it came with a little. I had a 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte drive when I got it, and it came with like a 250 in it. And I just flopped the drive over. Yeah, at the time it was good, but USB 3 is faster now. But this actually, because I still got my original Mac. This is actually Brian Vines' Mac. He sent me that because he got tired of listening to me bitching about, because my old Mac wouldn't do anything over 720 at 29.9 frames a second video. So like you couldn't even watch most YouTube because it just wouldn't do it. And even at 720, it would like jiggle. Zolan, how you feeling, man? How you feeling there, buddy?
Could be better. Could be a lot better.
Could be worse. You don't sound terrible considering.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Nope, it's there. It is definitely there still.
Yeah. You sound better than you'd expect, if that makes sense.
Considering all of our underlying health conditions, I am shocked at how well we are doing.
Yeah, because both of you have other issues that it amplifies, I'm sure.
Yeah, wife is taking a nap right now. I'm logging out of work now. I can't do anymore.
You know anyone that can use this thing? I've been sitting on it for like 2 years now, and I don't want to throw it away because it's such a nice thing. It's a LaCie, but it's all Firewire.
Ooh.
It's Firewire only and eSATA.
I have Firewire and eSATA for my music gear.
You want it? It's an empty case.
Sure.
You pay to ship it, and I'll ship it to you.
Cool. I'll figure it out.
It's solid aluminum.
Yeah, I know. I have a couple LaCie or whatever how you pronounce them, external hard drive conclusions.
I'm sure you can get them. The cage is missing a couple of screws here and there.
Oh yeah.
I probably stole them for something else. It's a beautiful drive. I mean, the case is, but I can't use it because I actually might not use Firewire anymore.
I might not use it for a traditional computer case because I'm thinking about building a autonomous rover this spring, and I could put the hardware for it inside that case.
Yeah. The thing worked beautiful right up until, like I said, Brian Vine sent me this computer and the new, not that that's new, but the newer Mac than what I had when they went to the 2014 Macs. They got rid of Firewire and went to the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I was actually on, and
It's
they
got-
still use FireWire heavily in a lot of the audio engineering stuff.
yeah.
I was on one of the teams at Deck Alpha at Digital Equipment Corporation
You know
when
what?
they,
Now you say that, that's where I got that. I was trying to think of where I actually got that because I built a recording studio with a guy I used to work with.
yep,
He was actually a supervisor on a job I was working for the big corporation. We did apartment buildings, blah, blah. We got BSing one day, and he's like, dude, I want to put a recording studio in my basement. And believe it or not, he's done a bunch of country and western people have recorded it in his basement.
Mhm.
But anyway, he's like, I need hand doing all the audio, like blocking, building the doors and stuff.
Yep, building the sound booths.
Yeah, well, we built these doors that swung normally. You wouldn't even realize it, but they weighed like 2,000 pounds. They
Yep.
were solid oak, 3 solid oak doors with a 1/2 inch mat in between.
In between each one, yep.
Yep, and each one was staggered to the jamb too.
Yep.
And they all had their own seal at the jamb. So it wasn't perfect because we were still getting audio bleed from underneath. We couldn't get the sweeps to really, because it was his basement. So the floor wasn't as level. I have a feeling he leveled the floor after and cut the bottoms off, but we were just going to the original, and it was like an 1800s house. So
Yeah.
the floor was,
And in
concrete,
something like
but
that,
it was
anyways, you want a floating floor, anyways, and something like that, so you can put sound dampening underneath.
yeah. Anyway, he built it. We built this whole thing, and
My dad and I have built more than one recording studio.
I think that's where that case came from. I think he gave it to me because he bought a bunch of drives, and then that's why we started BSing, because that's when Mac was actually, they started doing the big silver bodies when they went to the audio high-end crap.
Yep.
And he took all the drives out and put them inside the Macs, because those big G5 Macs would take the drives inside. They had room for 4 drives. So he started putting them inside the Macs and gave me the external cases that he already had.
Yeah,
I had a couple of them. Yeah, if you want it, I'll put it in a box. Send me your address, and I'll freaking mail it off to you. And you can.
You have my address. You sent me stickers.
Oh, I'm sure. Like I can find that in about 2 seconds. Not. I have iOmega too. I still have an iOmega. Actually, I don't. I think my brother just threw it all out.
I accidentally found it a couple days ago going through a bin. I thought I got rid of it, but I still have it. Let me rephrase that. I still have my iOmega Zip. I no longer have my iOmega Bernoulli. That I got rid of long ago.
I have a couple of Zips around, or I did. I think my brother threw them all out because he cleaned out that room next door for me, so I could put I wasn't allowed to, but he could. Makes no sense, but that's my mother. Anyway, I have a feeling he chucked it all. So we had zip discs, the 250s. Not the original 100s, but the 250s.
Yep.
Still in a wrapper, unused, never opened. Because my mother, I got CDs over there in cases.
You want a Sony mini disc system?
Huh?
You want a Sony mini disc system?
No. I still have out in the garage that I got to find a way to get rid of. I still have a Sony camcorder handheld tape drive, high definition tape drive. And it works beautiful. It's a tape drive.
Right.
It takes those little mini cassettes.
Oops, wrong one. No, I
got a bunch of cassettes, unused, brand new, still in the wrapper with it too. All in a case. My mother can't do anything normal. She overdoes it. I can't believe I let her do groceries today because I'm trying not to go out with her, and the COVID's all worse and blah blah blah. So I didn't even want to go out shopping because with her down there, blah. If I get it, she gets it anyway. So we had it delivered.
Well, like me going to the store, a 5-minute venture into Walmart. That's all it took for me to get COVID and bring it home.
Yeah, well, I won't go to. That's the other. Everyone's like, "Oh, why don't you go to A&P or big, the WalMarts?" And I said, "I go right here to the little one in town because it's little."
The only reason I went inside that Walmart is because my wife had a craving for the Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie.
Yeah, well, I mean, and there you go. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I just go to the little one here in town. That's it. And I go first thing in the morning. They open at 7, and I try and be there at the door at 7. Be the first one in because they sterilize everything overnight.
Yep.
So if you cruise through at 7, you don't get any. Your chances are lower.
Our little store, they have curbside pickup now, and now with COVID, I'm very thankful my car has one of those buttons that can open the trunk from inside.
Yeah.
Because now I just pull up, give them a call, and they come out with my bags. I open the trunk, and they put them in.
Well, I was going to do Walmart curbside the other day, and I got ready to call, and someone said, "You better go look first." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "With the COVID thing, there's like a line going out almost to the highway just to get into Walmart's curbside because no one's going in." It's literally because Walmart, the one in Waterford, is right on the highway. You literally get off the highway and it's like 100 feet, and you're in their parking lot.
Yep.
It's almost like they have their own. It's like Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot. All of those are like in their own, but they're literally right off the highway. It used to be a way station. They turned the way station and the exit ramp for them. That was 25 years ago, but anyway. But yeah, we can do the Walmart drive up, and everyone's like, "Don't bother," because you'll be in line for like 4 hours trying to just get to the place.
Ours isn't that bad, thankfully. But ours, I don't know. It's still rural. And, the person who loaded my car last time at Walmart, the only time I'd done a curb pickup recently at Walmart, the lady who loaded my car just got over COVID herself.
That ain't right. Shouldn't even be there. Yeah, Walmart's got a big problem here too, because come to find out, when the whole COVID thing first hit.
Oh crap, dude! I'm sorry. I didn't realize I let that stupid coffee thing up. There you go. Not my channel.
Coffee thing?
My Ko-Fi link.
Oh.
It was in my video and I didn't realize it. I killed it. I'm sorry.
I don't give a shit.
I don't need to be.
Mine just popped up with my Teespring. Everyone go buy a T-shirt. I need some money.
Go buy a T-shirt. Go help Mama out.
I need a freaking. They're cool T-shirts. I've got all the other ones too, not just my logo ones. I got the ultimate freaking 3D printing office where you're sitting on a toilet. 3D printing. Anyway, yeah, when the COVID first hit,
I make choose no substitutions on everything I put in my cart.
This area, New London County, here had like 35 cases in like April, and 25 or 26 of them were all in Walmart. And Walmart didn't let anybody know. They got in some serious. They got fined.
Walmart's actually closing down almost all their stores in Oklahoma soon to do a full deep clean, and I'm sitting here going, "Great, cool, you've done the deep clean. Then the next day after you've done it, you got to do it again."
Yeah, you got to do it every night. That's what I like about the one here in town. They do it every night.
It doesn't help when everybody's going into the store and they're wearing their mask on their way in, but the moment they get past, they close it off.
Yeah.
LED box. Andrew, my brain is not working very well. Can you give me more info?
The only thing that's kind of annoying to me is the Walmart here used to be 24 hours a day. And I would love going in there at midnight when there wasn't a soul in the place, And they're shutting it down. It's 8 to 8 now, which I get it in a way, but in another way, it would have been nice if they just stayed the frick open, because then I can go in when no one else is there, which was nice. I used to always go in midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. I love shopping in Walmart at 2 o'clock in the morning. There ain't a freaking soul in sight.
Yep.
All the people that are working there are just like hanging out, and you can like BS with them and just
you actually need help. You can get actual help.
Well, it's not even that. You can just joke around with them, and they're just most of them are cleaning crews. There's only like 2 or 3 people in there that are actual have a clue on what's going on.
LED light box.
You have to go find the person to cash you out.
I am so confused. I'm hoping I actually got it.
Did you get a light box? Anyway,
I hope. I would love an LED light box if I had one.
I got to repair my boot. My very old boots that I don't want to get rid of because you can't buy them no more.
Is that a Keen?
Huh?
Looks like a Keen.
No, it's Caterpillar actually.
Ah, Caterpillar. Okay.
But the toe shape and everything is just. I mean, you can tell.
The STL. No, I haven't had a chance to print it yet. Yes, now I'm on track. He made me an LED. He made me a bunch of objects to print my logo as an LED box. Now I've got it.
I got it.
Cool. No, I have not had a chance to do that yet. I'm not allowed to touch my printers right now. I started printing something last night and my chest started hurting when I smelled it, and I shut it down and said no. Hey,
even PLA the other day, I had like a sore throat, and just firing up and printing PLA was like annoying to me.
That's exactly it. As I fired up to print something in PLA, and about 10 minutes into the print, I said, "Oh hell no," and shut it down.
Okay, patched. Good old duct tape. And actually, I think I'll peel it off.
Andrew. I also didn't recognize who Andrew was. It took me a bit to click. I'm so used to seeing all of you on video.
Andrew. He's
he's another one of those, not Norse necessarily, but he's over there.
Yeah, no, he's well, sure, Scottish.
Yeah. I would be careful there.
One of them UKE type freaking branch off.
Really good guy. Really good guy.
He can pop in on his own because he actually has my control thing from when me and I was gonna say Jordan. Me and Tanner were doing the modeling. He was actually controlling my stream. I gave him all the passwords and everything, so he could pop back and forth, and that way I didn't have to deal with StreamYards while I was trying to model.
Sounds like a good idea.
So he kept flashing back and forth because me and Tanner were doing modeling at the same time, a submarine thing. I don't know if you watched all that crap.
I watched part of it, but I had to work as well. So
we did like 3 of them separate. We never did finish it because he ended up moving, and now he does no real good internet. All right, so I think that'll hold. I wasn't sure if it would hold to the leather, but I think what I'll do, it's actually on there pretty good, better than I thought, is I've learned a trick is, because I know that'll peel off as soon as it gets wet. So I know that'll work. So the next step is to use a little crazy glue. Super glue. Except I think my mother has the ultra thin stuff. Damn it. One of these days I'm going to get my knees fixed. Let's put on some glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Because these don't have any magnification. These are just sunglasses. These things are awesome. These actually turn brown in the sun. They're yellow now, but they like darken in the sun, but not a lot. It's
transitions.
Cool. Yeah, but most of them get too dark for me.
And
those don't. They just turn a little bit brown. They actually, in the mid light, they turn orange, and then at dark, they turn bright. They turn brown.
When I was a kid, I got my first set of the transitions, and in the Alaskan summer sun that never went down, they got stuck permanently tinted at one level.
Oh, yeah?
Because it was back in the 80s, and they just were coming out. It looked like I was wearing Unabomber glasses. I
think I actually had a set that did the same thing back in the day. Because I've been using them for years for mountain biking.
Yep.
I like them because, 1 minute you're in bright sunshine, and then you're cruising through the woods, and you're in darkness. Really need the thinner stuff for this, but if you've never done boot repair,
I actually have a thing of goop right next to me.
This isn't goop. This is just crazy glue.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, CA glue, whatever they call it. But this will help the Gorilla Glue a little bit stay on there a little bit better. A little bit better. The thin actually works better. Look, it soaks into the leather. And it helps it seal. It'll actually be somewhat waterproof when I'm done. Not that it really will be, but... But that gets... That's actually, from what I understand, when they glue the boot to the sole, they actually just use CA glue, from what I understand.
Yep. That's all it is.
True or not, but that's what I heard.
No, it's true. I've had more than a couple pairs of shoes repaired.
Yeah, I usually just throw them out, but for one, I'm freaking broke right now.
Sorry.
And two, I really like these boots. And I should have put gloves on. And this, even though there's adhesive in between, the CA glue, it bled through, that's for sure. Will soak into the adhesive, supposedly.
So how's Sergio doing? I saw him say hi, and that's about it.
And,
make sure everybody go down there and hit that like button. You like watching Mama fix his shoe.
Nasty ass old boot. These things are nasty too. I've had these for years. You can't get them anymore. And I got a mild toe thing. Like most people's big toe looks like your thumb. Mine's all crooked. Both of mine are. They're knocked. So certain boots really hurt and certain boots are really comfortable. These are really comfortable, which is the other reason why I want to repair them. That and I'm freaking broke as shit.
Yep, I understand that. Been watching things bounce off my account for the last couple of days because I had to pay a hospital bill.
Yeah. I got a hospital bill from way back when we had the tower thing. And I just laughed when they sent it. You know what's funny? I didn't realize. I got the hospital bill. And it really wasn't. I mean, if I had money, I'd just pay it because it's like $500 or $600.
Right.
But they didn't do shit. They actually made it worse, I think, than did better, but whatever. It was an emergency room,
yeah, which is where
not
they
an
really
emergency room. What do you call it? They didn't take me to the hospital because of the whole COVID thing. They took me to the local, what do you call them? You know what I'm talking
Minute
about.
clinic.
Yeah, clinic. And they didn't do much, but gave me a room, took some x-rays, and sent me on my way and said, there's nothing wrong with your leg. Deal with it. Which there was obviously something wrong with my leg because I couldn't move it. And then they straightened my leg out, even though it hurt like shit, and made it worse because it shouldn't have been straightened out. But anyway, it was like $600 for the clinic, which is freaking cheap. The ambulance ride was $1,200. Figure that one out.
I believe it. I'm sure Vince could tell you about that.
Well, I don't have to pay it anyways because for one, my brother used to be part of it, and that's one of them family, things. I mean, if we have it, we'll pay it, but I don't have it, so I don't pay it. That, and I always, like every year they do because it's a like community ambulance. It's not your normal ambulance. It's town run. It's not a private.
Oh, nice.
So every year they send out the little envelope, please donate and help us out, blah, blah, blah. I usually give them $50.
At least. I do the same thing with the volunteer fire department here.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Ours is volunteer. It's all volunteer ambulance, volunteer fire departments. The actual money comes from the town, but the people are volunteer. We actually have one full-time ambulance person now and one full-time fire person. They're basically on call 24 hours a day, but that's it. But like I said, my brother used to be in the ambulance. My mother was in the ambulance. My brother was in it for like 15 years. My father was chief of the fire department for like 20. So they send me the bill and they obviously don't expect me to pay it. They just have to send it. And again, I'd pay it if I had the money. I just don't. But they send it once. I don't get like the repeated, like most people, please pay this, please pay this, please. They just send me a bill, and if I pay it, I pay it. If I don't, it never gets done again.
Andrew, I have actually had friends literally say they would rather die than get an ambulance just because of the cost.
Mm-hmm. The thing is I'm not going to get into politics. Don't get into politics.
And it's not just politics. There's a lot
it's
to
politics,
it.
Dude. There's 27 first world nations, all with uniform health care.
Yep.
We're the only one without it.
Yep.
And every one of them, but one, Brazil, it works fine in. Brazil is the only one, and everyone goes, "Oh, look at Brazil! It's yeah." But what about the 25 other ones that it works just fine in? Yes, everyone bitches because they pay more money, but you ask anybody that actually lives there, they'll say, "Yeah, it sucks. We're paying all the import fees and the taxes and all that, But then you get people like Jordan who, he'd be fricked right now if. I mean, part of his was work related, so he still has workman's comp. But
no, here our volunteer fire department, our hospital, they try, but they've been purchased like 3 different times by different corps. We tried to shut them down. Our volunteer fire department, though, they kind of rock. I called them up not long ago when I had smoke blanketing my property and we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It was like 1 a.m, and they all, they trucked out here, didn't whine, complain, nothing. And they actually said I was valid in calling.
Yep, we have the best health care in all the world for the wealthy.
Yep.
If you don't have money, you have no health care.
Yeah, if I could get what the POTUS had, I'd probably be already over this.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, why was I thinking you're actually flying right now? I was watching that. I'm like, wait a minute, he's sick. He's not outside flying that thing, talking to us.
I was flying it. This was my lunchtime flight today. Every lunch, I go out and fly a couple packs.
You're still green there?
Oh yeah.
Where the hell are you at?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Isn't it like cold and snowy there? But yet
it is 63.9 degrees outside right now.
Fuck you.
Whoop! Wrong button. Wrong button. Yeah, it's 63.9. We have clear skies, a 1.3 mile an hour wind.
We've had it's been windy, and I don't mean the normal sea breeze I get all the time because I'm on the waterfront. It's been windy, like 30 mile an hour sustained winds for like a week straight now.
Yeah.
No exaggeration. We've had 3 major windstorms, and it capped out at 32 degrees today and windy. I don't mind the cold, but when you get that cold and the wind, I'm cold. My mother normally bitches about the cold in the basement, and I'm like, yeah, get over it.
For me,
I'm like, yeah, Ma, I get it. It's gnarly.
It's the moisture. You get a high humidity in that cold, I'm done.
Wow, this is a 70s house, too. You get the wind. The wind blows right through this thing.
Same. There's no insulation in this house.
Yeah.
None. Literally none.
Yeah, you're 60 degrees. Who gives a shit? 60 degrees, I don't need insulation. I have the windows open until about 40.
Yeah, and we've been without heat for 2 days now because we let our propane get too low. It's been dropping to low 30s, almost mid 20s at night.
Yeah, it's all right. See, I don't mind the cold. I don't like the cold and the wind.
Cold plus moisture and any kind of breeze in this house is a nightmare.
Yep. Well, frickin' burn it down and build a new one.
That's the goal.
I'll come help you. That's what I do.
We want to build a 2,000 square foot building basement and then throw a pole barn on top.
Yeah. Get a crane.
Oh yeah, we know. Especially
it's really people are like, oh, cranes are so expensive, and they are.
Nah, what's expensive is getting them to your property.
Right. Well, the crane's expensive. It's not the hour you're using it; it's the time to get it there, and especially probably you, where to get it to you, it's hours out.
Yep. Actually, there's a steel building manufacturer just down the road from me.
So they probably already have cranes.
Yep. Now, the thing is the basement, we need to get a engineer out here to take a look at the land to see if we can put the basement where I want to put it. And if we can't, because it's up on the hill a little bit, and I want to make sure that drainage is all good and everything else. And it's going to be it's actually a daylight basement that I want built.
You mean a walkout?
Yeah, one whole side of it will be looking out over my pond.
So the walkout. A daylight basement is 3 or 4 sides open.
There'll be two sides open.
Yeah.
One side overlooking the pond and one side going towards the driveway.
Yeah. Because the other thing, it's almost gotten cheaper around here. Like the same thing. People are worried about the land and everything and drainage.
I am hovering right now. You see that gray spot there? Here, let me back up the video a little. So we want to put, if you look, whoops, too much.
Right there, that brown opening.
That brown opening that's right next to my head right now. That's where we want to put it. But, and the pond is almost dead center.
The around here, because we have to do park tests and everything, we're so close to the sound and the whole clean the sound thing and septics and all that, that it's become cheaper now than to dig a foundation. You just pour the foundation and you backfill up to it.
Yep. Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about permits, so that's nice. I just have to get an engineer out here to approve the land, so that way I know I'm not going to have an environmental impact or whatever.
How much property do you actually own there?
7.5 acres.
Oh, so you got plenty.
Oh yeah.
Your land impact shouldn't be an issue, depending on what you plan on putting for a septic in.
Yeah, and septic is going to be 3 times the size of what we got now, but basically with the house that we're in now is going to become the drain field. Because the basement will be higher up. The basement's like another 30 feet up that hill.
Well, it doesn't have to go that far. You don't want it that far, actually.
No, I mean an elevation difference.
Yeah, you don't want it to drop that far. Believe it or not. Because you don't want the solids to completely dry out.
Oh, no.
Weird, but... Because your septic should be right at... within a certain amount of feet from the house. It depends on the land and everything around you, but...
Yeah, this is all clay basin. What we want to do is we want to have a nice drain field because my wife wants to be able to do dog grooming, a huge garden tub, a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to have a lot of water usage. So we're looking at a bigger septic tank. We're looking at...
So you just get a 3 tank?
Pretty much, yeah.
I would just put plastic in.
I'm thinking a 2 tank. 2 tank with perk, and then a leach field and a secondary well as well. well, yeah. And then the house is we're actually going to plumb the house where we can do gray water collection as well.
See, we're not allowed to do that here, which is just wrong.
Because if I could do gray water collection, I can use that for watering the yard and everything else and making sure that
No, you can't. I think that's nationwide now.
Yeah, you
can't use gray water anymore because it grows bacteria in the tank. And you spray it on the yard, the bacteria like gets everywhere and it's poisonous and bad for you. And because we used to have a gray water tank and they made us close it, which makes no sense because I had a rainwater one actually. And
well, guess what? I can still get government grants to put in a gray water system.
Really?
Yes.
Around here, we don't have to. It may be again. It may be the sound, clean the sound thing because I'm within a mile.
You can't use gray water in agricultural resale. So, like, if I'm going to be growing veggies or something, I can't use it. But for just my standard lawn and my standard grounds maintenance, I can use it.
See, I've been thinking about just taking I've been thinking about taking like a solar, like fish tank pump. Just a hose down in, literally a fish tank hose down into my septic. Because my mother had a bakery in here in this house. The basement that she's in now used to be a bakery. So we have a three tank septic tank, which is just
nice.
Ridiculous.
It's overkill.
2,000 gallon septic tank. It's ridiculous. We don't need that anymore. I mean, when she was doing the bakery, they made us, because not only do I have the 2,000 gallon tank, I have 2 leach fields. I have a leaching tank that's 8 foot deep by 6 foot wide, and I have a full leaching 3-pipe field.
Yeah, and Mike Cassell's correct. That's the other reason we want the gray waters, because then we can also use it for doing things like flushing toilets and.
Don't want to flush toilets with gray water.
But when I say gray water, I mean gray water. Anything, things that go down the shower, I consider that black water.
Oh no, showers gray water.
Not in my eyes.
Sinks are gray water.
Yes, sinks are gray water.
The sink's nastier than what's coming out of the shower, unless you're shitting or pissing in the shower. And even piss isn't bad. Piss will filter out. It's not great because the bacteria will eat the urine.
1.1 times 2 is 2.2. Charging batteries.
Yeah, we got way over septic here. I would love to pull the gray water out and like freaking fertilize the lawn with it. I actually don't have mostly lawn. Most of my lawn has been taken over by moss.
Yep.
And I'm so very happy about it because you don't have to mow moss.
I have a patch of chocolate mint that is taking over my front yard, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
The moss
with your meetings?
Awesome. It greens early. You don't have to mow it, and it stays green longer than the grass does. It's still green. We had snow here yesterday. Not that there's any left that melted this morning, but
what plant are you talking about? Mint?
Yeah, I have chocolate mint to be exact.
Yeah, I've got a ton of that. Not chocolate, but
I planted 3 buckets of chocolate mint in my front yard, and that was 4 years ago. It's now a patch that's bigger than my charger.
Well, the other thing you want to do, the peppermint. If you put peppermint all around your foundation, spiders and mice hate it.
Yep. And that's the thing is we're encouraging it to grow in the front yard area because that's where we park the vehicles, and we don't want mice to move into our vehicles.
Yep. Yeah, you just put peppermint in there. If you put peppermint in the engine compartment, peppermint and cinnamon. Mice hate peppermint and cinnamon. Now, the problem is the squirrels don't get bothered by it. I have squirrels in my garage, and I can't get them out.
Squirrels won't come near my vehicles because the feral cats wait for them.
Yep. We got the cats and the hawks and the eagles.
Yeah, but the mice will still try.
Yeah, I had mice get in my little shed out back, and they just crap all over the place, make a mess.
We got mice in this house if the cats aren't doing their job.
Yeah, we don't have them in the house yet. But
it's 5 o'clock already.
We didn't have mice until one of our helpers. Very grateful that they were helping us. Don't get me wrong, but he killed the giant rat snake that we had running loose outside. And the moment he killed that snake, about a month later, we had mice.
Yep.
I got mice in the house here. I caught like 6 of them in the last couple of weeks.
Yep.
I like those bucket traps that people do where, you put like a little stick on there and then they run and they drop in and drown. Yeah.
I should show it to you sometime, Greg. I have a Z-Wave enabled mouse trap that electrocutes them.
I like. Nice. I mean, the bucket trap's kind of cruel because they drown and they're suffering.
Yeah. Well, it's better than the glue trap, which is what I use. Because then they
listening to them scream as they try to pull off.
Oh, really? They scream?
Yes, mice can scream.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I probably shouldn't talk about the mice on the stream because I've got some pretty interesting stories involving lawnmowers, but I won't. I'm like, I don't want the PETA people coming in.
When I used to live in the state, we used to mow big, huge fields. And there was one that only I would do because none of the other guys thought it was they thought it was a waste. But where I mountain biked through the park, I always wanted that field because that was like where all me and my mountain bike buddies would hang out. And it's like in this weird location that no one knew it was there unless you walked the trails. Anyway, so you have to like take the tractor up the trail and blah blah blah. Yeah. So I'd go mow this field, and it's got trees in it, so it's not like a wide open field. It's covered, but it's it's grass. It's fairly big. Yeah. It'd take me a day and a half, 2 days to mow the whole thing with the big 4-foot mower. And the hawks and eagles, the minute I start mowing, there's all the moles. The moles.
Yep.
And the eagles and the hawks are just dive bombing in front of it. You can see the moles like.
Yep.
I'm like hurting the moles.
I find rabbit heads around my yard all the time because they just they.
Murr, the youngest puppy we have here right now, he hunts moles, and you'll watch him. He'll run into the backyard, the dog yard, and every now and then he'll be running around playing, and then suddenly he'll just stop and he'll start tilting his head at the ground.
Oh, here's him underneath.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he lets out this weird yip bark noise, and he just starts digging.
Yep.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we've got voles. They're kind of like moles, but more like a rat, I guess.
Yep.
But we get them. They make these when it snows,
and
we know exactly where they're at. Yeah, they are, and they dig little toxic, tunnels, but they're between the snow and the grass. It's hard to describe, but we always see the trails.
The only thing good about those is they eat a lot of the bugs and stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Where I've been knocking everything out, but the problem is now the bugs are coming back from the swamp and everything because clearing the property out, so all the wildlife is kind of moving out. And
with the temperatures doing what they are here,
the hawk are hunting better.
We got that. We've got 2 bald eagles who keep flying above my house, and they always fly above the house after I've flown my quad.
Yeah, they're territorial. I've actually had vultures join in on, like, we used to race this course, and vultures would just join right in. It was hilarious. And then we were like, is that vulture like chasing our drone? But it usually didn't. It just kind of,
just circling follow it.
Yeah.
Hanging out with friends.
I'm like, what the heck? I've seen it where hawks, though. I've had hawks attack, not mine, but one of my buddies.
We get little sparrows that'll attack mine.
Yeah.
One of the
actually attack it that they think it's a hawk or something, so they start.
They're trying to peck at it. Yeah.
But the worst with the weather heating up again, like it is right now here, is we have those stupid Japanese stink beetles that look like ladybugs. I hate those things.
Yeah, the orange ones.
They're invading our bathroom, and I'm allergic to them.
Ooh.
Once again, peppermint, man.
Nope, they don't care about peppermint.
Any crustacean.
These things do not care. And what's worse is that they foam.
Is their sense of smell.
If they foam, if they foam their blood, it actually attracts more of them.
Yeah. It's like a wasp or a hornet.
They're worse than that. They're just bad. I have a trap for them that I need to set up, but what you're supposed to do is go like 30 feet from your house to set the trap.
Mm-hmm.
Because the trap works by letting off the same smell that they make.
Oh.
attracting them.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. What a
No,
nuisance.
we got mint all over this house, and those things are still here.
Still in there.
Yeah, no, you gotta get dense peppermint. You spray it right on the floor and the baseboards and around the windows. Most exoskeleton stuff won't.
They're coming in through the siding. They are finding gaps in the siding.
You don't have the house wrap because it's a pretty old house, right?
Yep.
So
no wrap, no insulation.
They didn't even make house wrap when that house was built.
Yep. Yeah, we had ours is 15 years old, but we had an infestation of, believe it or not, hornets, the yellow jackets, because they were building right under the chimney, and somehow one of them found its way in to our basement, and for like 3 or 4 months, like we'd see these hornets just flying around, and then I even found them in my toner cartridges in the laser printer. Like, what the heck? But we eventually had to have them exterminated because it was getting like 4 or 5 a day, and they'd just be floating around, and they were usually like half dead.
Carpenter bees, yellow jackets will eat right through your vapor barriers in your house.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what they did.
Right through it, without a second thought.
Yeah,
carpenter bees will eat it right up like nothing. Yeah. They'll actually use it for like a shell to their tunneling.
Mm-hmm.
Tunnel alongside of it, right through your plywood and everything.
Now we pay like one of those exterminators to come out once every month or two, and they spray like the nasty, I don't think diazinon's legal anymore, but whatever they spray, it works pretty good.
Yep. I love it when because we first had carpenter ants, but that's another thing. I've been spraying peppermint and cinnamon for a couple 3 years. This past summer, I had almost no ants. I saw maybe 2 the whole summer.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, we used to get an infestation of them.
Yeah, we got ants. They're not fire ants or anything, but they're I don't know.
We got fire ants. We got fire ants bad, but they're all outside.
Those are
all like 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
The worst is
the whole exterior wall got torn down and replaced.
I've been finding termites.
Yeah, termites are bad because that'll chew right through your wood.
But they're not really interested in our house. They're just, we don't get a swarm. I see the swarms off in the woods, way off in the distance, and I've already dusted that whole area as best as I can. The house itself, I'll see one every now and then, and that's it. And I mean, like once a month maybe I'll see one. And I had an inspector come out and look, and he says, "No, we're clean."
But
he thinks they're hunting for something, and our house it doesn't taste good, thankfully.
Yeah. Well, you don't have any insulation or interior sheetrock, so they got no place to hide.
You got it.
When you have an exposed structure, they don't want to eat it because they're exposed.
Yeah.
They want to be inside more. They go trees that are a foot wide and they try and bore up the middle of it.
And this is why when we get the basement poured,
from the exterior.
When we get the basement poured, we're also going to have them pour in metal footings, and the pole barn we want to build is going to be metal framed.
Yeah, you can bleach strip, but we're not supposed to do that. See, we can't do any of that kind of crap here on the shoreline because everything ends up in the sound now. No. Clean the sound. Too close to the water. I can't wait to see what the town bill is for that new septic. They're doing all the beach septics right now because of the whole clean the sound thing.
So, Greg, opinion. 5-inch drone, Vista or air unit?
I'd probably go Vista just because I like the slightly lighter weight. But, if you want the SD card in the air unit, I mean, that's an advantage there. So you can record right on
but I won't be doing any distance with it because it's a 5-inch freestyle line.
Yeah.
Okay, that was it. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I got my batteries for my little. You guys want to see the little beta FPV? This little guy right here. This is my latest one. Solon knows it, but So this guy is DJI digital. So, and I got the
freaking top heavy.
Yeah, they're kind of funny. Like it's got this little mohawk. I don't really like that. I want to just cut it off.
It almost looks like a parrot.
I know. Yeah.
Actually, he's right on camera because if you can't make the definition of the actual camera lens that's on it, it looks like a parrot head.
Smoking a doober. Freaking pothead smoking pot on my screen.
Oh, I wish. I was thinking at the time.
I ain't smoking it, but
He's still ingesting it. Nothing wrong with that. It's legal. Maybe.
But no, it is here.
You know what's really cool is Greg's T-shirt. If you look in the little, I don't know. Well, you guys actually can't see the little mini things. He's got the moire pattern from his shirt.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was on some meetings today in work, and I'm like, ooh, I think it's throwing off everything.
Oh, wow, that is neat.
Yeah,
yeah, you got that weird little
thumbnails down at the bottom.
Oh, I can see. Since I don't have a full screen, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's amazing that cameras still can't handle that.
It doesn't look so bad in the full size, but in the thumbnail, it's really not. It's kind of cool.
It's like shimmery, isn't it?
When you move, it's almost nauseating.
Now I'm going to share my screen with people in the chat. See. I don't know. Will it show if I share my screen? See it? Move around.
Yeah, kind of. There, I'll move again.
Oh no, my my mouse is going.
Can you see it down there? Oh well.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard with the resolution.
On my screen, it's like really hard.
Well, see, on how I have my screen set up,
I was like, what the hell?
On how I have my screen set up, I can see it real easy.
What's up, Andrew?
Oh, not bad. Making another light box for a friend. So, and this one I'm using Bluetooth RGB LED strip in it.
Nice.
So you can do it via an app. And I just modeled.
I gotta go help my wife.
Okay. I modeled a ring for my other mate as well because he had any cubic get in contact with him, and he's a clay sculptor, so he does a lot of clay sculpting. So he's like, I don't know what I'll do with this printer because he doesn't understand them, he doesn't know how to use them. I was like, oh well, I'll model up something quickly and see what you think of it. And I was like, oh, how's about a ring? So I 3D modeled a ring for him, and he's like, oh my god, that's so amazing. What if we could cast it in metal? And I was like, well, I've got silicon and I've got bismuth, so I could cast it in metal. So he's like, all right, well, if I get the printer in, then, you know, I'll get it printed, send it to you, and you can make it in metal. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Duct tape and freaking crazy glue patch.
There you go.
4 weeks.
Get a little more mileage out of them. You ever use that shoe goo? That stuff works pretty good.
Yeah, but that's far
more for the heel. Yeah.
See, I don't know if you get it in America. Do you get sticks like shit?
It's shoe goo. It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually called sticks like shit.
Yeah, hang on. I'll grab a bottle of it.
You can't call it that here. It's the same stuff. It's shoe goo. The same stuff.
It is absolutely brilliant. I love it when they came out with that name. I was like, are you kidding me? They actually called it that. Yep, that's the stuff.
Yep, it's the same crap.
Here's the stuff right here, shoe goo. I use it on drones and stuff too, but you can rebuild the sole on your shoe with it if you wanted. It's kind of has a little rubbery consistency, and then I use it a lot for you can insulate circuit boards with it and use it on drones too. So I use it for a lot of that.
I always thought of it as because it's been around a while. It's almost like silicone and crazy glue mixed together.
Yeah. Here's another one that this is like all-purpose.
Oh, E600. Yeah, I've used that stuff.
Use that a lot. I've got like 20 different glues. I'm kind of a glue hoarder. But
if you got Yoo-Hoo over there, UHU, it's like a fabric glue. That stuff's really, really good. It's like my mother gets that crap. It's like CA.
Yeah.
Gloop.
Yeah, Gloop works.
When it sticks, it's got some flex to it, so it's perfect for like heels and soles and stuff like that you're trying to fit shoes.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's waterproof as well.
I got PETG Gloop for free.
You mean this stuff right here? I think that's what I got.
You know the problem with that? Yeah, that's the PETG.
I hate you guys. You guys can get that. I can't get that here. You know how much it costs me to get. See that big bottle that you just showed?
Yeah.
Guess how much it cost me to get it here?
No idea. $50.
It costs me £13 for the bottle, and it cost me £38 for postage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the killer.
They had a big problem when they first came out because of the chemical in it. There's a shipping law against a couple of the chemicals in these. And they had a hard time. They had to do like all kinds
Is
of
it THC or
bottle
TCP?
testing.
It's a chemical that basically melts PLA. You use it for cleaning rubbers on your car trim. So if you've got old corroding rubber, you clean it with that stuff and it actually rejuvenates the rubber. But that's the stuff that's in it. That's the chemical that they can't ship because technically it's highly combustible, and it's an unstable part. So
there's warnings all over it.
Here's this is my favorite glue for like
Zap.
Can you see it for woodworking? It's Bob
BSI.
Smith Industries. Yeah, stuff's really good.
Used to use that for balsa airplanes.
Yep, and then here, this is your typical super glue. And this is another one. This is really good. It's a thin flex. It's a really thin CA. I use that for like
echo.
An echo.
I'm not hearing any echo. Maybe it's me.
It's llama. But this is great for like. It's got a little bit longer set time. Yeah, the echo's gone. So this is the mercury thin flex. All these are used in RC. This one I was going to send some to Zolan. So Zolan, when you're doing your when you crash your wing, this is really good stuff to repair it with. It's called foam tack.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that.
Foam tack, yeah. Okay. I'll need to order some of that at some point.
It's 5:30 already.
Hmm?
It's 5:30 already. It's thinking about dinner for Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you shared your screen like that, Llama, your audio messed up.
Oh yeah, and everybody knows what this is, right?
Oh yeah, two-part epoxy.
Two-part epoxy. Another great
loads of that stuff.
glue. Yeah.
I love it here because you can pick it up at the pound shop.
So,
well, technically it's 97 pence, but
close enough because you gotta add GST, right? There you go. Yeah,
on together. That's all it is.
Duct tape.
I've got like six packs of this because it's so cheap.
Not a duct tape.
I want to get the kind that you can add color to and start doing some of the, epoxy resin. I don't know. I mean, I'd really like to start playing around with that stuff.
If you want to start playing around with resin, look up a product called Koi Koi. Q-U-A-Q-U-A. It's UV resin.
Okay.
It degasses itself, and you can pour quite thick without having like that tackiness that comes to it.
Yeah.
But you leave it under a UV light for 2 minutes, it becomes absolutely solid. But it's the same stuff that they use to set in your lenses in your glasses if you've got the plastic bonded frames.
Okay.
They use what's called LOCA for mobile phone screens. What's liquid ocular clear adhesive. It's the same stuff except that this stuff's used for manufacturing purposes. And then they realize that people make loads of crafts with it. Mm-hmm. Now, if you get IPA inks, what are cheap as anything, you put one drop in it, that's it. The full thing's colored. And
how do you spell it again?
Really nice color. It's Q-U-A-Q-U-A.
I put a Y.
Yeah, it's pronounced Koi Koi, but
Koi,
it's Q-U-A-Q-Q-A, and it's UV resin.
Do you ever hear Pink Floyd's
Q-A-U-Q-A
in a cave jamming with a pick?
Q-U-A-C-O-R-R?
No. Hold on, I'll find the exact.
By Chempoint?
I'll find the American version of it because there is an American version of it as well.
Yeah, the closest I'm finding is Q-Koi 1300 resin by Chempoint. Homopolymer and furfural alcohol.
Don't know because this one's just cute.
Here's a liquid art ultra UV clear epoxy resin. I don't know. That doesn't sound like it.
I gotta cut it because I gotta go make Mom dinner.
Oh, you gotta leave? All right.
Not right now. I usually feed her.
Hey, Robbie Mac.
I gotta do all that prep.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to incorporate resin with some of my laser cutting designs, like maybe
it's really easy.
Resin lamp or something.
If you want something really cool, I used to run a laser cutters. Well, technically, I still own 10% of the laser cutters, but I hardly speak to them anymore. If you do a double stack, so you cut your template with loose, stick it to a second board, then just mix up, like I used to do, what was glow art, what is epoxy resins, what is just basically your 2-part epoxy, and mix in glow in the dark powders, and just drip it in, and then all you do is just sand lightly over the top, and then spray a crystal clear over the top of it, and it comes out looking beautiful. I can tell you that. I did that for a few people for a few big art pieces. It came out really nice, actually. I enjoyed doing that.
I actually need to get a 2-part resin. I'm going to take my purge blocks, and instead of doing a clock like the one guy, I'm going to go even bigger, and I'm going to make a drone landing pad.
Oh, nice.
Find this stuff.
I'm going to basically glue all the purge blocks together into a big circle, fill it with resin, drill some holes to put some LEDs in it.
That would be kind of cool.
And then that way, if I toss it, no matter what ground I toss it on, I should see it.
Oh, it's QIAO. Sorry, Quay.
QIAO resin.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm seeing it now, and it's on Amazon.
QuakeQuayoDIY.com.
Yeah.
Yep, that's not bad. $18 for.
That's the UK link. I've put it in the private.
Oh, here's the American that I'll drop in there as well.
Yeah.
30 to 90 seconds curing time. That's quick.
Yeah. You do 2 minutes because then it's fully cured. They're saying that you do it for a couple of seconds if you want it, so it's still got that tack, so that then when you take it out, you can cure, like leave it to cure afterwards.
$23 for
really
200 milliliters.
Now, is it real toxic before it cures? Like where I'd have to wear the nitrile gloves and all that? Okay.
It's not.
That's
once
good.
again, like Loca glue, it is a resin. It does create a little bit of heat, but it's nothing like your actual UV resin for 3D print, SLA printers. And things like that. It's nowhere near as toxic as that. If you get a bit on your fingers, you don't have to worry about getting, what do they call it, where you start to get rashes and stuff. Because that stuff, no, you're fine with it. I mean, I always say to people, use gloves with any type of resin, because I mean, I've got acclimatized to epoxy now, so I actually get a rash when I use epoxy because I used it that much when I was doing fiberglass installs that when you would use epoxy to seal up ridges and stuff like that, you just wouldn't think about it. You're doing it that much, but now like
when you're putting JB Weld inside people's car locks.
Yeah, I think for a new sole, at least. I might have to buy a new sole insert.
It's a bit holy.
I think Llama needs a new pair of shoes.
The problem is you can't find those shoes probably anymore.
No, you can't find them.
That's how I
can't afford to buy shoes right now. So,
what are those?
Carhartts.
Oh, Carhartts.
Well, these are Caterpillar.
Oh, Caterpillar.
I really like the Merrills. You guys ever see the Merrill boots? Those are
I
nice.
used to like Merrill back when Merrill was Merrill and it was made in the U.S.
My
it's not anymore.
My problem is finding finding shoes that fit.
Yeah. You're what, like 15 or something? Or?
Yeah, I'm a size 15.
Yeah.
Oh, my mate used to be a size 15. He used to get his all custom made, but he was a rich, rich boy. He was
really good hiking boots, like that kind of, the hiking style boot. Believe it or not, is EMS. They have their own line, and they're weird because they order them and then they sell them out, and they come back like 2 years later. But they always seem to have them every couple of years, and they really haven't changed, and they're really wicked comfortable from day one. There's like no break-in period. They used to be my favorite like hiking boot because you could just buy them, like Merrill's and what's the other big famous hiking boot?
Timberland.
Alpine, and it's not Alpine.
Yeah.
But they used to make a big heavy-duty hiking boot when I used to mountain climb and hike.
Oh, Gore-Tex, yeah.
Well, Gore-Tex is a fabric.
They used to actually make their own boots.
Yeah, they did. I remember
that. You used to have to break them in. The EMS ones, you could put them on. You could buy them that morning and go for a 2-week mountain hike, and no problem. You wouldn't have any blisters in it. They were just so comfortable. And they were cheap. They were like half the price of a Vaskin or Merrill's.
I'm wearing a pair of Merrill's right now. but they're not boots. They're just.
My problem with LL Bean is you got to mail order them unless you live in.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Echoes because Echoes are the only shoes I could find that fit my feet right. ECCO, but at $120 a pair.
Well, you should be able to get Red Wing out there, can't you?
Red Wing doesn't come in my size.
Red Wing doesn't come in.
Wow.
Not unless I'm willing to pay almost triple.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What is that?
I don't know. It's a big green thing, whatever it is.
Evangelion EVA01.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's done.
Been a long time since I've seen any of that
Is
stuff.
that
And my-
Halo?
Oh, you got
remember.
a pressure pot.
Yep. And the
Nice.
pressure there. But yeah, so and then the LCD screen, I've still got a wire in all the wires for it, but I tested the amp. Amp is amazing. Speakers are now fitted into it.
Cool.
The tweeters are in there as well.
Are
You
those
can't really
3D
see them
printed?
within top.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. No, I was going to
The
3D
Polymate.
print them, but I was like, nah, I'll do it so that it can be modified so that you can 3D print them.
So you can put the Polymate speakers in later.
Yeah, but at the moment I've just done it because I've got those speakers. I was like, well, I'll
Yeah,
put
if
them
you've
to
already
good
got them,
use.
why just use them?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've got a box full of like high-end speakers. I mean, like they're from Logitech Infinities, they're called, and they're really expensive 5.1 surround sound speakers. But I got them for free, so I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'll use them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
so-
bad. Anyways, looks like Llama needs to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, Llama.
All right. Well, I'll look for you guys later online. I gotta take care of a project I'm working on too. So
I'm gonna
Come
go
back a
fly
little bit.
another pack real quick.
Hey, Greg, go
Yeah.
take care of your project.
yeah, I'm gonna. It's I'm assembling my third teak lamp for one of my gifts. So you can kind of see the one in the background. But hopefully that's the last one. Then I got 75 bamboo boards I have to laser engrave. So like, oh boy, got my work cut out for me this week.
Cool. They're not.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
Well,
Kill it,
everyone
guys.
in chat later.
Later, everyone.
See you later,
Later.
everyone.